Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are live, and today is Wednesday. So, you know what that means? That means it's evaluation day, and we are ready to get it in. We definitely are looking forward to today's topic. What are you feeding your mind? And I can tell you that what you feed your mind will come out in what you talk about, what you think about, and what you do.
Good morning, my name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Like.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Like. Hey, baby.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. Getting ready for the busy day.
It is a busy day. Wednesday is one of those days.
Every week for us, but then when you add in other stuff.
Yes.
But anyway, which is a blessing, actually, because we could not be as busy. Good morning, Miss Phyllis. Good morning, Melissa Price. Good morning. How you doing?
How y'all doing? I don't think that goes with that.
You don't think what goes with what?
Those necklaces goes with that shirt.
Well, I'm not going to change my shirt right now.
Okay. Well, keep your Wakanda.
I like it. My necklaces go with everything.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there you go.
That's what I'm going with.
That's what you're going with. So today, once again, is Wednesday. We have said for quite some time now that Wednesday is evaluation day. It's the middle of your week. If you are working a 5-day work week, then you should evaluate how things are going to make sure that you are taking the best advantage of everything that you have in your hand.
How things are going that particular week.
Yes.
You don't have to wait forever to do evaluations. No, it's just that week right there.
Absolutely. And do additional evaluations as well.
Mm-hmm.
But this is Wednesday. So one of the evaluations that you and I both shared over the last overnight and then this morning was what we are learning, what we're gaining, what we're training on.
Oh my gosh. I heard a really, really impassioned speaker. There's a conference going on in San Diego right now. It's called the Traffic and Conversions Conference. And it's a huge event. It goes on every year. And one of my friends, Mr. Shay Brown, is there. He went from DC, flew to the Traffic Conversions Conference to learn something. And he's been very, very generous in sharing what he learned. And he showed this one speaker there. This guy was so powerful, a clip of him. And one of the things the speaker said in that clip was, we don't rise to our level of expectations. We fall to our level of training. Whoa, that hit me. Because we get all these great ideas of what we want to do, be, have, and go, where we want to become, all these great ideas. And that's our desire, our desired outcome. But we fall to the level of the training that I'm going to add to his point. We fall to the level of training that we're willing to accept.
Absolutely. And we're willing to take, that we're willing to invest our time, energy, and money.
Time, energy, and money. You have to invest.
Accomplishing. You have to. Mm-hmm. You have to. And one of the things, good morning, Dr. Deborah. Good morning, Dr. Deborah. Good morning, Brittany. One of the things that I realized is that in the 2020-2021 season, I did a lot of work and I did a lot of projects that I helped train others for. But in that season, that frenzy, while I did take some training because you had
to learn how to do it.
Yeah,
that was
just
in
who
that
I am.
E-commerce season.
Right. But I didn't, I have not continued. I haven't found something that I want to get my arms around for future training. Because what I'm working on right now, I know how to do. Good morning, Felicia. And Dr. Deborah says, I love that outfit, Lisa. Thank you.
Good morning to you as well. Both Dr. Deborah and Felicia as well.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm working on right now, I know how to do. I have been looking for training on how to maybe add additional value to it, maybe take it up a notch or something like that. I've been looking for additional value on it, but I have yet to stumble upon what I really want to inspire this project.
It's in YouTube, what you're looking for. That's where it is. But you have to do the right searches, and sometimes you have to search more than one time. I've been looking for training also. Scaling my business is very, very important to me because I'm really, really geared towards moving to Puerto Rico next year. So I'm really, really geared towards putting my business on as much as I can on a simplified and a scaled basis, scalable, where it doesn't require much of my time to produce the same results. So that's my focus right now, scaling and all of that. So the question Lisa posed today, what are you putting into your mind? What are you feeding yourself? You have to feed yourself food. Some of you guys are really, really, really good at choosing and controlling what you put into your bodies, your food. A lot of you guys are great at that, disciplining yourself, and really that's really an amazing starting place. But you have to feed your mind too. So what are you feeding it? I saw something last night where this guy was interviewing people on the streets, asking them how much TV do they like. And just like probably 90%, I love TV. I watch TV as much. Sometimes I watch TV all night. I love TV. I love TV. That's what they're feeding their mind.
Yeah. Brittany, that's right. YouTube University is a great place. You can actually catch this show as well on YouTube, as well as some additional trainings. Podcasts are great locations, but you've got to find someone that resonates with you. And not only the free stuff, you get to invest in the paid stuff. For me, I start in YouTube University, and then I identify the speakers and trainers and teachers that resonate with me, that I believe have more to glean from. And then I sign up and pay for their stuff.
Yep. Free is about, the truth is you can get a lot of great stuff for free, but you can't get everything free, and you can't get the best things free. The best things you pay for.
I had a young lady that I spoke to on yesterday regarding her book. And she says, well, I have found everywhere on how to write your book, but every time I put in how to publish the book, it comes back to how to write the book or how to sign up to get your book published. I said, because that takes a level of skill that people have trained and prepared for and learned that they're not going to give away for free, not necessarily going to give away for free. They'll give you enough insight and enough nuts and enough bolts that if you want to, you can learn how to build a house, but you could do it a lot more quickly and a lot more productively if you hired someone who knew what they were doing.
Have you ever assembled furniture from Ikea? There are so many. See how Lisa just automatically laughed, chuckled. And there's so many other people would chuckle too. Assembling IKEA furniture comes in these nice flat boxes, right? And then the instructions are notoriously
in another language
or vague, or they leave out a critical part.
Absolutely.
Or they'll assume you know something, or they'll skip steps. And then you find yourself, what the heck happened here?
With extra nuts and bolts,
right?
Or rocky thing or whatever. And then there are other people that are specifically gifted to do those things. And guess what? You pay them.
That's right.
To put it together.
They're called contractors. Now you could read those instructions.
And you could figure it out.
Or there are so many videos of people frustrated and arguing with their spouses and mates and assembling IKEA furniture, and the language that typically comes out. Look that up. Couples putting together IKEA furniture. IKEA furniture, yes.
Absolutely.
You'll laugh your head off.
Absolutely. Now, there's one of the things that this is something that I particularly admire about my husband. Some women want a handy husband, somebody who can fix things and do things and all this. Yeah, he's very handy with this device right here. This device has lots and lots of phone numbers in it and contacts to get things done. Brian excels in what he does well, and he is willing to pay for everything else. Everything else. And I think that that's important.
That's smart.
You don't want your chef being a plumber.
Yep.
You don't want your plumber being a chef. How about you?
I wasn't sure where Lisa was going with that, but the truth is, and I don't want to be a jack of all trades. No. I don't want to be my own mechanic. I don't want to be my own home repair guy.
Nope. But the thing is, he's still as responsible for the functioning of all those things as if he were the one wearing the tool belt and carrying the screwdriver. He's still as responsible for them. He's just not the one that's actually going to fix it. He's going to make sure that we get someone to fix it.
Lisa and I bought a gazebo off of Amazon for $400, I believe, something like that. Okay. And it came in a big box, one big box about my height. Okay. And about probably my girth too. One huge box. And I knew it had instructions inside that box. And I also knew that I wasn't going to be the one to do it. So I hired two guys to come over. They worked together to assemble it. And I sat out back while they were assembling it. And as I watched them with all these tiny little screws, because there was a lot of little screws.
A lot of little screws. A lot of function that was not included in the
and a lot of two-man lift
instructions, right? A lot of those things. And what I also realized, and I've seen a lot of gazebos. I've seen a lot of gazebos. I have friends that have a lot of gazebos, and what I have found is ours is a very sturdy gazebo.
Because we've seen our neighbors' gazebos blow away
several times.
Yes.
Several times. Now it wasn't a cheap gazebo, so it wasn't that they had a cheap gazebo. It was because a lot of times they invested in the gazebo and they did not invest in the construction of it. They did not invest in the setting up of the gazebo.
Now we're making a parallel here between gazebo building and building your life and your business.
Absolutely.
What these guys charged me, I thought was high to put that together. I didn't want to pay that much to put it together. I didn't want to pay that much, but I wanted it done now. And I knew they were skilled at this particular thing. They charged me at least $100 more than what I wanted to pay. But having paid that, paying extra money, paying more money, you're never dissatisfied because we've had several windstorms and storms
several severe storms.
And our stuff is sturdy. It's not blown away. Okay. It's good. It's good. We've had a crowd of people underneath ours while it was a heavy rainstorm and no one got wet. Okay, so we paid extra for quality. Now, when it comes to hiring and building your life, you could I want you to get all the free stuff you can, but some stuff you're going to have to pay for.
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with going to the ice cream parlor and tasting the flavors, right? But when you're ready to get your flavor, you have tasted all the flavors, you have done everything that you could. Now it's time to pay for your order.
That's right.
Now it's time to order and pay for it.
Pay for that
and that's the same thing. There's nothing wrong with YouTube University. Like I said, there is some great information out there, and I glean a lot of it. But when I find a teacher that has a particular skill in conveying what they are conveying, and then they also have a program that takes it to the next level, those are the instructors that I am willing to invest in.
I was thinking last night.
Brittany says, pay people for their gifts. That's right.
Well, yes, you do. You pay people for their gifts, and there's something else you're paying people for, at least the right people, because content is around. The instructions are around on Google. The instructions are on YouTube. They're around. Mm-hmm. You're paying them for their perspective and insights.
Yep, okay? Absolutely.
Knowing where to tap.
Okay? Absolutely.
We tell this story all the time on here about the construction company, the U.S. Steel, all the machines stopped working, and it's costing them several $100,000 a day that the machines aren't working. They couldn't fix it themselves. They were losing money by not having their machines work. They hired an expert. He examined the whole thing. He looked at what was going on, listened to all the challenges, went onto a certain area of it, tapped it twice with a hammer, and all the machines start cranking again. And he sent them a huge bill. They said, whoa, all you did was tap it twice. You're not paying me for tapping it twice. You're paying me for knowing where to tap. the good people, you're paying them for their perspectives and their insights.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely. I have had that experience with an individual who wanted to do it on their own because they indicated,
they don't have any experience, they don't have any insight.
if you just give me the steps, then I could do it myself.
Okay.
And I don't have to pay all of that. I said, well, you don't have to pay all of that, but you would have to pay for the steps.
You even have a book, 7 Steps to Writing a Book That Sells.
Yes. And the one thing that book does not include is what to do with it once it's written.
Exactly. And they pay you for that.
Absolutely.
So what are you feeding yourself?
Dr. Deborah says, I keep a budget for learning what I want to learn because Smart. I want it from the people that know what they are talking about and that I can receive from. Absolutely. Those are 2 components that a lot of people miss out on.
That is so freaking smart.
Very good job, Dr. Deborah. But because definitely there are people that know what they're talking about. But if they're speaking in such a way that it doesn't resonate with you or it doesn't connect with you, then you won't get as much out of it as if it were someone that you related to.
What I like the most about it is she kept a training budget. I read many years ago, people that are very smart with their money, they put money aside for bills, they put money aside for savings and investing, and they also have a personal development budget. And I saw one time, one guy said 3% of all his money should be set aside so that he could take seminars and conferences or training courses.
I love
seminars, concerts, or conferences or training courses. 3% of all his money. So let's say he earned $1,000 that week, okay, and he only got $30 for training and development. Okay, just keep earning, and that'll add up. Mm-hmm. And then you could take a trip like Shay Brown did to San Diego to take the conversion conference.
Absolutely. I take a lot of online training as well because I just don't want to travel right now. I still don't particularly want to travel.
But you do appreciate that when we do go to something, mm-hmm. there's an energy and electricity.
Absolutely.
When you go that you can't, like, how do you tell someone how great a concert was? Okay.
Absolutely.
Something different about when you go.
Absolutely. Good morning, Jacqueline. Good morning. Good morning. She said Arizona morning duo had a long nap yesterday. So
Love
Lady
you.
J is up
Good
early.
for you, my
I
sister.
hear you. Brittany says, I'm learning that's just like when you go on vacation and you want to stay somewhere nice, you have to pay. Yes, you get to pay for that. Happy today, Bill.
Good morning, sir. How are you? How are you, Bill? What are you feeding yourself today, Bill?
Absolutely.
Your mind.
Your mind. Jacqueline said, I'm learning that. Oh, Jacqueline says, great episode. We know we're blessed to be a blessing. So hiring people who are trained and specialized need to make a living and earn income as well. I hire as much as possible. I know a lot and I just do not do a lot. Amen. You choose to where you're going to invest your time. I know how to wash dishes. I know how to push them up. I know how to push a vacuum. I know how to do all of those things.
The trade-off ain't worth it.
But I also know that is not my calling.
And any minute that you're spending doing those things is taking you away from a minute that's a much more higher and greater use of your talent.
Absolutely.
Okay. We have a talented person in our home right now taking care of that.
And she's talented at it. She doesn't overlook things that I would overlook because that is her perspective.
I think she's been our longest tenured housekeeper. What do you think?
I definitely agree.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
She don't bother us. She gets her headphones on. She knocks it out.
Good morning, Bill. Thank you for sharing your friend with us this morning. Bill had a friend who transitioned due to brain cancer.
Wow. And
he shared her last post, which was particularly poignant as it spoke about she did not lose the battle. Everybody's going to end life. Right. So she just ended life with cancer.
That's right.
Everybody is good. The end of our lives is for everybody. It's going to come. And she decided to go through it with grace and some very provocative thoughts. And I'm probably going to go back and read her
I admire
last
people that
post
do
again.
that. Yeah, I admire that journey for some folks too.
Absolutely. And there was a lot in that post that was very provocative with how she spent it and who she spent it with and what it looked like versus what she thought it was going to look like and then what it actually looked like. And I think that sometimes we get to decide what it is that we are processing or how we are processing what we are processing. But I do want to go back to our topic. What are you feeding your mind?
What are you feeding your mind? That story you just relayed about Bill, we're going to go back to that topic, certainly. The runaway bestseller, multi-million dollar bestseller book, Tuesdays with Maury. And this tells the story about this Jewish man who had used to be a dancer, and he was dying of cancer in his last few months. And Mitch Albom, who used to be a sports writer, became his friend, and he would visit on every Tuesday with Maury and just talk to him about his life and what's going on with him as he's losing his use of his faculties and all of that. It's just a really, really poignant book. I remember one line from the book, and he's like, as Maury's gotten smaller and smaller, cancer's racking his body, and he's like, Maury, what are you thinking about now? And what are you concerned about? What are you thinking about? We know what's going on here. And Maury says, you know what's really, really concerning me? He goes, I know at some point somebody else is going to have to wipe my ass for me. That's what he was concerned about.
Yes.
Because he knew at some point he wouldn't be able to do it anymore. Wow. To me, it was poignant for me. Profound. Well, who would wipe your ass, Lisa? I would, Lisa, but okay. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Speaking of Lisa's butt.
No, let's not speak about it. Let's not. Brittany says, I'm feeding my body with fruit salads, etc., because when you feed your body properly, then I'm able to feed my mind, and I take daily vitamins. That's great.
Yes. Certain people, another thing too, I got struck with this morning as I was watching.
Are you still talking about my butt?
No, not your butt, baby.
Okay.
Not your butt right now.
Thank you.
How some speakers and professional people that in the arenas that we're in, how they move with so much energy and their bodies look taut, like they really, really put. Men, I'm talking about, they worked on their bodies for a long time. I was like, man, I need to get like that, so I look like that in those arenas. That impacted me this morning.
Well, there's some things that have to be done to accomplish that. They didn't just wake up that way.
I know that's daily exercise, baby.
Yeah, and what you put in your body.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It has a lot to do with what you put in your
chicken
body.
thighs you cooked last night?
I did, yes.
I'm so happy that you did. Okay.
I made curry chicken and garbanzo beans.
I'm so happy you made that too.
Why?
Because I get to have it for breakfast today. And there's enough. I probably gonna have it for lunch too.
And so you guys now see why meal planning at my house is a waste of energy.
Why is it a waste of energy, baby?
Because that is enough food for 4 meals or 5 meals.
We ate 2 meals last night. Okay, we had 2 meals last night. Okay, I'm gonna have one for breakfast. That's 3. You might have something for breakfast too. That's 4. What's wrong with that? I'm not gonna eat it all at breakfast.
Okay. All right. I am going to have some fruit this morning.
Well, good. Today, I'm super excited because we do a few things today. Every Wednesday, one thing we do every Wednesday at 12 p.m., we host what's called a virtual team networking event. We've been hosting it since, I think, late February.
February?
Yep, late February. We've been hosting this, but once a week. Networking events still have gold in them. And ours is virtual, so we can have people all over the world.
We do have people from all over the world.
We do have people from all over the world.
Absolutely. But today we actually have a local speaker that we love. It is Dr. Deborah is our speaker for the day.
Oh, really? Okay, good. I'm looking forward to that. So today our featured speaker is going to be Dr. Deborah Dunstan. She's going to have 10 minutes to rock. 10 minutes. You can get a lot done in 10 minutes. Okay. As you all know, because you were teenagers at one point. But You get a lot done in 10 minutes. Dr. Deborah's our speaker today at 12 noon. And if you want to be involved with that, just let Lisa know or me know, and we'll send you the links to
Absolutely. That. We would love to have you on as a guest, especially if you, it's particularly for businesses that can be national, that can help people all over the globe,
right,
and that can help people online. So we're looking to have you. If your business fits that, we would love to have you. If you can serve
people outside of your current area.
And you can support them then virtually, then we would love to have you on as our guest.
Now,
Dr. Deborah says, I'm ready. I know you're ready.
Of course she's ready because she's a professional.
Yes.
Okay? Now, today at 2:00, I have been so excited and I've been getting so much out of it. I've launched a series of sales trainings, and I've titled these series the 4 Only series. Because in my 29 years of teaching other people how to sell, I've learned that so much of selling is completely communicable. It'll work in this industry, that industry, that industry, and that industry. But within each industry, there are some things that are specific to that industry, some things that are peculiar to that industry. So I've launched 4 Only series. I did one training for real estate professionals only, because my first clients in my sales training career were real estate agents. Those were my very first clients. Okay, I didn't have a real estate license and I wasn't selling real estate, but I was teaching real estate agents how to sell. And to this day, 29 years later, when I talk to real estate agents, they say the same thing they did 29 years ago. They say the same thing. My company teaches me the real estate business, but they don't teach you how to sell.
That's right.
They don't teach them how to sell. So I did a training for real estate agents only that went very well. Then I did one for coaches and consultants only that went very, very well. Then I did one for insurance and financial services professionals only. I feel like I'm missing one, but I'm doing one today for network marketing companies, network marketing professionals only. This is the first one I've done where I've had a clamor for people wanting this training. One of my friends in the industry that I respect, Tony Coleman Brown, she gave me like a prepared speech almost about why I need to do training for network marketers. Because Brian, you are missing a major portion of people. We need to do one for network marketers, Brian, network marketers, because I hadn't put it on my list. I know on the 29th of this month, I'm doing one for attorneys, CPAs, and accountants only. Is that you or me?
That's you.
Okay.
Dr. Beverly says 4 Only series. I think I just heard a series of books, Brian Keith McNeill. This is actually, these 4 Only series are actually part of a series that lead into the Sales Confidence course certification. So they are definitely being utilized to expand and grow the Sales Confidence Coach course, the Sales Confidence course that there is. Finished?
Yeah.
And we have had some amazing responses to them for those individual aspects, because sales training, while much of it is communicable, much of it is transferable from industry to industry, there are some elements that each particular industry needs shoring up in or specific development in. Real estate, very different from marketing, network marketing. Definitely. So those elements are important to distinguish between. Bill says, great question. To be honest, I need to slow down the feeding and start digesting more. Is that digesting? I don't think you mean disgusting. I mean that. I think you mean digesting, but I just want to make sure that that's the case.
Too. And I believe he's right, and I believe that sometimes there is a season for that. Okay, and I even had a season, Brother Bill, in my life where all I was doing was studying, and someone told me, Brian, it's time for you to stop studying and just do. And at the time, I bought into that, and I stopped studying. And what happened was, it felt like, I remember the feeling, it felt like I had more time and freedom to go work. I'm not sure that was really the case, but I remember feeling like I'm freed up. I can go do this thing.
I think there needs to be a balance between that. I think that there needs to be a balance. Just like we have time between meals, we burn off the energy. We eat, we consume, right? And then we burn off what we've learned through time.
All the time.
You can't just eat all the time. I know some people talk about grazing, but even that, grazing is small quantities, that are allowing you to take in and burn at the same time. For example, when you eat celery, it takes as much energy to consume celery as it is calories to take in celery. They burn each other off. Celery is a zero because
I was going to say, what were you saying about celery?
it's a zero.
It's calories.
It's no calories, and it's gone when you consume it. It's pretty much water. So yeah, Bill says yes, 6 a.m. thumbs. Okay, I thought you meant digesting. And Beverly says that's great. And if you find someone who don't want to take the course but just want a particular series, you should pull them out individually and sell them a book with the work attached. Well, the book is already there. The books are already there, and the For Only series is about providing the information. Here's the thing with some of these content things, you have got to have the accountability with it.
That's the major part of
the
it.
Accountability with it. The success that the sales confidence course is providing for the students is beyond the information. The information is amazing, but beyond the information, it is also the accountability. When we're entrepreneurial, oftentimes we're only going to work to the extent that we work, whether it's something that's compelling us, whether we have to earn a certain amount of money or something like that. But we don't always have the same compunction to go that we would if we had a coach or trainer giving us the goal, giving us the direction, and holding us accountable for it.
Sure.
And that's one of the benefits of that.
I will say, Dr. Beverly, I see a product. Thank you for that suggestion. Because I do have the individual classes on video, and I could offer a package with your suggestion that includes that network marketing video plus my books and maybe a smattering of some other videos as a product for network marketers or for real estate agents only, which includes the video, the book, and some other training videos. So I do see some products that you just suggested to me, Dr. Beverly. I appreciate it.
Bill said yes. That's why I say slow down instead of stopping. Yeah, you can't stop taking in information.
Right.
Just like you can't stop taking in food. It's important to continue taking in nourishment and nutrients. No, not at all, Dr. Beverly. She says, not diminishing the excellent work that you do or that you all do. Please forgive me if that's how it sounded. I'm positive that everything is in place and intact. I was just thinking of, I don't know what that last word is.
Adage?
But absolutely, we definitely received the reinforcement.
I received that, and I liked your suggestion too.
Absolutely.
We can learn, girl. We can get it.
Absolutely. And we know that collectively we can accomplish more. We have more thoughts, more minds, more your suggestions added to his actions. They all bring about more.
That actually, I like her suggestion. And how many times in your life have you heard somebody who doesn't know as much or is an entirely different industry make a comment? Might even be a small comment. Might even be a flippant to them.
Right. But it's a light bulb moment.
Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense.
Absolutely. Dr. Deborah says, I have Brian's books and I have read and loved them, but it was a totally different experience taking part in the sales confidence course with him, kicking my butt all the way. And I am still producing new customers.
You're a joy to work with Dr. Deborah because Dr. Deborah she has a couple of things going for her. One is she's a consummate professional, but she's also courageous. She's courageous enough to try something out.
Absolutely.
Or to do something or to put herself in an uncomfortable position.
Absolutely.
So her courage, her professionalism, her willingness to do the work, roll up her sleeves and do the work, get her hands dirty, that she's a joy to work with, Doctor. I just want you to know that.
Yeah. And Jacqueline says, feeding myself like a prep chef. I am preparing myself to continue all I was doing before COVID. I am learning and practicing finishing the entire prescription metaphor. Calling people, buying tools, materials I need, etc. is how I finish the prescriptions in my life. Amen. I like that.
I do too. You know, I was impressed with a show that I don't typically watch. One night I came downstairs. I had worked late upstairs and I came downstairs. Lisa was watching Chopped. What was it called? Chopped?
Yes, Chopped Chef.
Chopped Chef?
Mm-hmm.
Chopped Chef is the name.
It's just called Chopped.
Okay, Chopped. Okay. She was watching Chopped. So I got myself something to eat and I sat down next to her and I was watching this. And it was very...
Because normally he says, change the damn channel. I'm not watching that shit. So he allowed me to continue watching the program that I was watching. Go, continue.
I say normally change the channel. I'm not watching that shit. Do you know why? Because you know why I would say that, baby?
Why?
Oh, you do know why.
Why?
Because some stuff I'm not going to watch, okay? I'm not going to watch no crazy sitcom or Paternity Court or...
I don't watch
Paternity Court. You do too. You do too. I've seen you watch these court shows.
Years ago.
Not years ago. Okay.
Anyway, go ahead. Finish your statement.
Stuff I'm not going to watch. Okay, but anyway, I watched this. I was sitting there watching this, and the ingredients was just so impressive to me. They give them a box, and they give them a time limit. And they say, open your box. And they got to open their box and see what ingredients they have. And they have to create, with the ingredients they have, a masterpiece. Something unique, something that looks good and tastes good. And that's just such an amazing challenge. And I was thinking that we each have our own box of ingredients. And it's up to us to open up our box of ingredients and create a masterpiece with it.
Absolutely. And that box of ingredients may not be what you would particularly choose. They may not be anything that you would have wanted to put in your masterpiece. Like the last box we watched together had octopus in it. Like none of the chefs had ever worked with octopus before. Right. None of them. So they had to get creative and they had to pull from what they did know to attach it to what they didn't know to still create something that was worth eating.
And they got it done too.
Absolutely. So what's the octopus in your box?
Sister Felicia says, I feed my mind with a lot of educational videos on building my mindset and applicable advice that is most effective in being a successful business owner. I was able to implement some of what I learned. Can you scroll, please?
I'm still a work in progress.
We all are, my sister.
Absolutely. Dr. Beverly says, Dr. Deborah, I drove past your street yesterday and said, Dr. Deborah, healing and deliverance coach. LOL, I love it. Jacqueline says, change the damn channel. I can't. Yes, he does. He will. I
don't say it with the venom and fervor that Lisa just said I said it with.
Sometimes he won't even say, change the channel. He said, turn that off. Turn that off. Turn that off.
Stop telling something like that because they're going to think I'm a daggone tyrant.
You are a tyrant.
I'm not a tyrant. What the hell?
About those things, you are tyrannical. Like, first of all, Brian has Rhino hearing, right? So sometimes he's within earshot before I've noticed that he is in earshot. And if there is any volume coming from any of my devices with any programming that is not pleasing to him, he starts feeling his arms.
I don't do any of those things.
And he starts,
I don't do any of those
turn
things.
it off. Turn it off. I don't want to hear that. Don't nobody want to hear that. Not to total disregard to the fact that I might be laying across the bed listening to it. Sometimes.
Now let's go there. If it's about to go to bed, we're going to bed. We both know deeply the stuff that you take in before you go to bed. Your subconscious is going to be working on that all night.
And we both the stuff that I enjoy.
Supposed to police that. We're supposed to police that. But
this is something that I want in my head, and you don't want in your head.
I'm not going to
the
bed.
point where I even wear my headphones. Even when I'm alone, I wear my headphones.
She does not.
Because
I walk in the bedroom many times. I'm not going to bed with Law and Order. Okay.
I love Law and Order.
I know,
they're finished now.
You mean to tell me he gets off on little girls with pigtails? I want to hear that before I go to bed. He raped how many people? I don't want to hear that before I go to bed. I'm not doing it.
I don't listen to that before I'm going to bed. Law and Order is over. It's over.
I've only seen one snippet of one episode of all the Law and Orders, okay?
And the comedians' versions of all the rest.
I've heard the comedians' versions of all the rest, yeah. But this cop was talking to this prisoner, and the prisoner beat her up and tried to rape the cop. What the heck is that? I can't do it. I can't do it.
Anyway,
Okay.
Melissa, hey,
What did Melissa
Felicia
say?
said.
Okay.
Melissa says, "I love chop. The kids and I have done our own chop challenges here.
I imagine
love
you
that.
would.
I did. I've done chop challenges too, but we usually do chop challenge desserts with the kids.
I like Food Network too. Felicia says, I love watching Food Network food shows, and Chopped is one of my top 5. Okay, cool.
I used to like, what was the Master Chef where they...
Gordon Ramsay?
No, I don't like Gordon Ramsay. He just likes being mean to people. I don't like him.
Jackman says, love that show. I have often opened up boxes in my life with an octopus in it.
Absolutely. Melissa says we're hilarious today. Beverly, he is your king.
That's right. Melissa, notice Lisa's starting with me today, y'all. Notice it. And she knows she can't start me today. I have to perform in a few hours. I got to be on my game in a few hours.
Bill says, what is Rhino hearing?
Rhinos have exceptional hearing. They have poor eyesight, but they have incredible hearing. Okay.
Poor eyesight, they overlook they overlook things that don't have any meaning.
They don't even notice little brushes, little trees. They don't see that.
Just go walk right over it. But that hearing, boy, woo, that hearing, he will hear anything anywhere in the house. He will hear it.
I am the one that hear noises downstairs or wherever, or something.
Yeah, it took you a long time with the ice maker.
Yeah.
Because you kept on hearing it and hearing it. I said, you're not going to hear it eventually.
Yeah.
Because you can hear it whirring, you can hear the mechanics of it, and you can hear the ice fall.
You know, and that's funny to me because I grew up in New York City, Brooklyn, and I lived a half a block, not even a half a block, a quarter of a block away from an elevated train station platform, the 2 and the 3. And it ran the trains, the 2 or the 3 ran that train line every 15 minutes of my growing up. Trains running every 15 minutes on my block. Now, when the trains ran through, they're loud as heck, but not loud for long. Okay, it could be just a few seconds. Okay, it could be 5-6 seconds, and they're gone. But after a while, you don't even hear the trains. You don't even hear them.
Yeah, just like you don't even hear the airplanes or whatever when you live next to the airport or whatever. Beverly says every box I open is a different type of octopus. It's taking me to areas in my mind to challenge me on every level. Absolutely. Beverly said, Lisa, face it, he's a military man. He can hear an ant crawl across a blade of grass, I guess.
I am a military man. Ex-military man.
Felicia, I agree. She says Gordon Ramsay is so mean. I would have messed up so bad and probably start a big kitchen fire and then would be the first to get kicked off the show because he would work my nerves, including shouting and barking at me.
You gotta watch the Key and Peele chef show where one of the guys is doing, I don't know which one he's impersonating, but Key and Peele, they have the people standing there, and the guy tastes his food, he goes, unbelievable. And the cook starts to smile, unbelievable how bad this is. Okay. And then the guy's face drowns. He goes, and when I say bad, I'm not talking about bad as in bad, I'm talking about Michael Jackson bad, and then the guy gets happy again. You know how really, really bad he looked before he died? And then he gets sad again. So, and he finally got, and he's going over and over again. He goes, Chef, I don't know if you like my food or not.
Miss Phyllis says she's still on the 3 line. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the 3 line. The 2 and the 3 ran right there. And 4 blocks away was the LL. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know those trains.
You don't know the LL?
I don't know.
You do buses. You did buses in Bronx.
No, in the Bronx we did the 4 and the 5 and the 6 train.
Okay.
And when we got somewhere and got stuck there late in the middle of the night, we had to take the 2 to the 4. But that's the only ones that I knew. I
used to know the New York City subway system, the whole map. I had it on my head.
Yeah, I did.
I knew the whole map. I could be in North Carolina and someone from New York could call me and say, how do I get to such and such? And I could tell them how to get there on the train. Mm-hmm. Not anymore, but I used to be able to.
Yeah. Yeah, but I did ride we did take the bus as well in the Bronx. We took the bus. Well, I didn't take a lot of buses because by the time I took buses to school, back and forth to school. And then by the time after that, I would just take a cab. So. Amen, Jacqueline. And I feed myself the empowerment duo. Oh yeah, baby. Well, it's time for us to give back. We actually started a little late giving back here.
Let's do it.
Let's start from the beginning.
Miss Phyllis is here. So clear the way.
She's gonna be here.
Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Now talk to me about that. She's going to be here when?
She's going to be here tomorrow.
Did she take our order for Cousins Dozens?
She took our order
for
Cousins Dozens. Well, we got to handle. We got to handle.
Because she said she's going to buy Cousins Dozens, and we ordered. Did you order the order
that you said? Are you checking here?
Yes. Why not? Because I wanted some Hennessy donuts, and I wanted some of their caramel donuts. Lisa wanted the Coquito donuts and something else, I think.
That's it.
Okay. So, I wanted to get enough. I don't want that. She was like, let's get 3 of these and 3 of these. No. How often are you going to get Cousins Dozens? Okay.
She's going right now. She said they open at 10. She went yesterday and they wasn't open.
Oh. So she's going now and they open at 10. Thank you. Give us your Cash App so we can send you some money.
You got money in your Cash App?
I don't have money in my
Cash App.
That
was why I said
I got money in paper.
You talk about shit you don't know nothing about.
Look at you, raise your voice. Don't you raise your voice at me. You think you're talking to? I mean, in my house. In my own house. See, now she's going to try to hug up on me. See? Bill, you can relate to that. When your wife be tripping.
So what we are doing what we're endeavoring to do right now, we've had this show for the past 5 years. For those of you who may be tuning in and do not know why are these crazy people singing at people, it's because it is our way of serenading, thanking, and appreciating those that choose to spend their time with us Monday through Friday at 9 a.m.
Like Melissa Price.
Absolutely.
She's been rocking for 5 years. She got her whole jam. It goes like bow, 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 bow. Melissa's on. Now it's time for us to sing her song. Melissa's on. Melissa's on, y'all. The show is better when Melissa's on.
Absolutely. Melissa has been on a praying mantis journey.
Okay.
She has had a visitation from the praying mantis for the past, I think it's 3 days now, and she has been enjoying this book.
Well, good.
I would love to hear more about it.
There are great YouTube videos on praying mantis. You'll be impressed with them.
I love it.
You know, last night I was on a kick. Something to watch before bed when I lay in bed. I don't need any volume, okay, with the stuff I choose to watch. Last night, I was watching Glacier Falls. Glacier Falls. It was fascinating. You know how sometimes a mile-long, wide piece of glacier falls off of a glacier that's hundreds of years old and into the water, and what happens. I will say this, too. Very often, watching these glacier falls and how glaciers move and all that, very often I found myself, because there were sometimes when glaciers would fall, people would have to run away or drive away in a hurry or boat away in a hurry. I found myself saying over and over again, what are you doing out there in the first place? Why are you over there? Why? And some of these people were walking in the glaciers with nothing else around. They're like, why are you inside of a glacier? Oh, why are you there?
Beverly said, Brian, you wasn't listening. She said we got that handled. That's what it is. He don't listen. You don't listen when I be talking. And she said that's why she sent Melissa 2 pictures of the one that's chilling on her wall, and who's on her wall and he's just chilling. That's the praying mantis.
Okay.
So we got who's next, baby? I think it's Brittany. Okay. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany Thomas. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany. It's your time. It's your time, yeah.
Good morning, Miss Brittany Thomas. Dr. Deborah Dunstan is in the house.
Dr. Deborah, healing and deliverance coach.
Good morning, Dr. Deborah. Sister Felicia Gardner's here.
Felicia, we love you.
You're the one. The one for me. Good morning, Miss Felicia.
Hey.
Jacqueline. According to Jacqueline.
Jacqueline Rosie, pretty little girl that I adore. You're the only one my heart beats for. I'm so glad that you are mine.
Our friend William Brown has been here for years as well. He's been a wonderful contributor to this show, and we call him our friend Bill.
He is our friend Bill.
Good morning to our friend Bill. Nobody thinks like him still. We love him so, and we always will. Our friend Bill. Good morning to our friend Bill.
Absolutely. Who else we got in there? It's Dr. Beverly.
Dr. Beverly's here. Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. How you doing?
Absolutely. If we have missed you, we don't see your name, we haven't called you out, please count it to our heads and not our hearts. And if you have not,
I didn't pull up my page either, but I'm not going to.
If you have not gotten a song yet, help us out. Let us know. Make a comment. Come back. Hang around, and we will come up with a song for you.
So are you
feeding your mind?
Classic story. Your expectations have a lot to do with how well stuff turn out. Okay. Do we have time for a quick story? A story that I've told on here many times before. I think I've told this story maybe 4 or 5 times on this show over the past 5 years.
Okay.
But it's a story about these school system. They wanted to do an experiment. And they decided they're going to pick 3 teachers. So they brought 3 teachers in before the school year started. And it says, you guys have demonstrated an ability to teach well in all different areas. So we're going to reward you this year. We're going to give each one of you 3 teachers 30 students that have shown promise in different areas. 30 good students. You're going to have 30 students that have demonstrated an ability to learn, and you're going to have a great year. The teachers are so excited. So they each get their 30 students, and just as they expected, they had a great year. They tested through the roof on the standardized testing. They enjoyed the students. The students enjoyed the teachers. They had the best year. They enjoyed that school year. At the end of the school year, they brought the teachers in, and they wanted to talk to teachers about the year. They was like bragging, we had such an amazing year. Thank you for giving us these great students. And they said, actually, we just chose all the students at random. We were running an experiment to see what would happen if you thought the students were better than others. You chose the students at random. Yes, we chose students at random, but we scored so well. But then the teachers thought, okay, well, good. But we're such great teachers. So it's because we were such great teachers why we did so well. Yeah. They said, actually, we picked you guys out of a hat. Okay. But the point is, they expected to have great students, and they did.
Absolutely.
They thought they were great teachers, and they performed that way. Your expectation matters greatly.
Absolutely. It is. Now, Dr. Beverly says tonight there's somebody on the show in a gray Volvo over here on Brookshire, and they have their window down, and they just repeated, the Beverly is on the show. She said, who are you? Say something. Well,
what?
My goodness, if they are there, welcome to the show. Thank you for hanging out with us.
We do know a lot of people shadow the show. They watch but don't say anything.
But this is somebody who's in their car. She's noticing them in their car.
And they drove by her house?
Over on Brookshire.
Okay, over on Brookshire. Okay.
But anyway, welcome to the show.
They said Beverly's on the show. So they know Beverly at least. They know what she looked like.
It's on the show. We love it. We're grateful for it. Dr. Deborah says, oh, wow. LOL. Yes. Wow is right. But we're grateful. Today is Wednesday.
Another way we know people shadow the show. Lisa and I was in Aldi's one time. And there was a lady that watches this show regularly. And she recognized us in Aldi's, and she was so excited to see us and all that kind of stuff. And she was talking to us as if she knew who we were and that we were supposed to know who she was too. I watch her show all the time.
So Beverly, I don't know what this says. You could go ahead and text it a little bit slower.
I got excited again. You don't talk to text. Talk to text doesn't like me. They are in the car listening to the show.
Oh, they're in the car with you listening to the show.
Okay.
Well, we don't know who they are, but we hope that they're enjoying the show.
But that's still nice, though. They're in the car. Now they heard her song, and now they could do it too.
Talk to text is something else. It'll get you in trouble. But today is Wednesday. So without forgetting that today is evaluation day.
2 questions.
What
are you doing correctly?
And what
would you be doing differently? What are you doing correctly or even kind of correctly? That's so cool. That's one of the cool things I think. What are you doing the right way, even kind of the right way? You don't even have to be doing it all the way the right way, but just kind of the right way. Like a baby learning to walk. Okay.
And be specific with it. Be specific with it. Take the moment to actually clarify for yourself what you're doing correctly or even kind of correctly. Because the more concrete you make it, the more that it will support you when you reevaluate it later. So if you just say, I'm awesome and I'm doing it good and I'm doing it great, that's too abstract. Need to be more specific and as clear as you can. I'm doing a great job with this, and this. She's trying to clarify it again.
In the car beside me at the light, the Burger King on Brookshire, their windows was down, and I heard them singing the songs, so I turned mine down to listen. This is the third version of the same story.
Third version? Okay.
I do need to say something before we get out of here. Lisa typically goes to bed before I do. Every single night, and I mean every night since we've been married, and we got married in 2016. Every night when I come to bed and I see her in my bed, I am grateful. Every night I look at her and I'm like, I'm so happy that that's mine. All of that is mine. Every bit of it, that's mine. I'm grateful that she's beautiful. I'm grateful that she's sexy. I'm grateful that she's mine. I'm grateful that I have a hardworking wife that does love and support her husband. So maybe I'm a little bit of a bear with what I choose to watch in common areas and common spaces. Now, if you're gonna you can watch anything you want, anytime you want. Okay, but if you're gonna impose it on my common area, I might be a little bit of a bear. But I am grateful for the wife I have. That's all.
I'm grateful for you too, and I don't mind your fussing because I realize it is what it is.
You can do that if you're in the area. She said, I would love to have breakfast with you guys and everyone on now.
You guys are broadcasting the show live with us. I
We've
love
done
that.
We used to do that a lot, actually.
Absolutely, when we were not in timeout. But yeah. Hey, Amy. She says beautiful. Amen.
Shout out to Amy Anderson of Anderberry Bracelets. She made this, actually. And Amy made this with me in mind. This bracelet with the rhino head on it.
Necklace with the rhino.
I'm not necklace with the
corresponding bracelet.
And the bracelet that goes with it. And she had it for a couple of weeks before I was able to connect with her. And I love it, and I wear it every day, Amy.
He wears it every day.
Yes. Lisa said something crazy earlier. That doesn't match the shirt.
No, I said it doesn't go. It's not about matching.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter. It goes with everything I wear. Last night, one of my clients loved it, too. One of my clients, actually a client of mine in Australia, she says, Brian, I love that necklace. She was in Australia.
We're in Charlotte. We are in Charlotte, Mecklenburg County. And we love you guys. Amy says, oh, glad you like it. Yes, we like it. It's very nice. Mm-hmm. And we love you guys. We hope that you are having an amazing day. We look forward to seeing you on tomorrow. But today is Wednesday, hump day, evaluation day. Don't forget to have sex.